You're listening to The Burning Truth. Ladies and gentlemen, dudettes, I'm your host Matt Burns, and we've got a special show today. Because the reason why is because I've actually got some special guests on today's episode, which are coming from the UK wrestling media. Would you care to introduce yourself, lads?
It's Mark from UK Wrestling Media.
Hi, it's Andy from UK Wrestling Media. How's it going, guys?
It's all good. It's all good. I can also say, great to have you back on the show.
Oh, it's good to be here. Cheers.
Yeah, well, it's good to be back, Kyle.
Kyle?
Oh, man. Oh, sorry, I was doing a Simon Brown on you there.
Of course. I love the reference. Absolutely love the reference. But one thing I will state, I believe you actually asked for this interview, which is one of the reasons why last week's episode that I did was ended up cancelled, because I was having to make arrangements, sorting things out for this and other projects.
That's true. Yeah. As some of you have probably seen on my personal social media today, me and Andy have actually decided to sell the UKWA and the King of the Kingdom Championship.
The UKWA, would that be the UK Wrestling Alliance?
That's
the one.
That's the very one, mate.
I can also say, I've done some work for the UKWA, which at the time was under yourselves.
It was, mate, and we're eternally grateful for that.
And I'm also grateful for it as well. Just be able to happily assist, especially with the commentary. I did have to put up with Christopher Drew trying to throw abuse at me.
That's what Drew does best.
It is. But as much as he threw the abuse, I gave him a receipt eventually. Not referencing Wolf and Pro.
Oh yes. How can we forget that night?
But anyway, I hear you've just mentioned you've got some the big news of the UK Wrestling Alliance being sold.
Yeah, it's with everything. Obviously, we own UK Wrestling Media as well, and we've just decided that the time's right. Everything with UK Wrestling Media at the minute is going the way we want it to go. It's in the right direction, and we just don't feel now that we have got the time to give both projects the same attention and care they both need. We feel it's the time, obviously, now. The media is where we started, so we decided we would rather continue with that and sell the Alliance side of things.
Everyone's happy on all the conditions of the deal that's gone through, and it is the right time to pass it on.
We haven't got the time, we really just haven't got the time with everything else going on to continue the legacy.
It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been and like I say, from 2 points of view, I do want to state of all. First of all, in no way, shape or form, this is any kind of work. This is a genuine sale. It's not a hoax. It's not a scam. It's nothing. We are genuinely selling up and moving away from the UKWA.
Well,
first of all,
it's not more or less of moving away. I think what you're doing is you've started something, and instead of just throwing it away and getting rid of it, or having it being unused, you want to see it still grow and flourish by passing it on.
Yeah, we think the time is right to pass the torch.
And hopefully the new owners are going to be as proud of it as we were. So it's their time now for them to make it rise.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure whoever you've sold it to, you've probably vetted, got to know them during the negotiation stage, and feel it's in safe hands.
Of course. And the second point that I need to state tonight as well, obviously, Luke Basham, he is the current King of the Kingdom. He will stay King of the Kingdom as the ownership passes. That will not change. He will still be defending the belt. As and where and who for yet, we cannot confirm. That is obviously now. Booking is no longer in our hands.
I take it. Yeah, I take that instructions of Luke Basham still being the champion isn't just is that from yourselves or is that from the actual new owners?
That is actually by mutual consent. Obviously, we've watched Luke grow, and we think obviously he can. He's defended he's also defended the APW championship up and down the country. So of course we know we can do it. He's very capable.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, book that guy. That's all we have to say on Luke. You know what I mean? He's been a great help to us in many ways as well, and all we can say is to everybody who's listening, book him. Book him on your shows, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I actually was seeing you guys actually yesterday at Academy Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and I will say, stellar show and everything and whatnot. It's something that if anybody is interested in booking him, they can actually look him up on social media. Just look him up. Luke Basham is on there.
He's also the last match we posted on our YouTube channel. Actually, the night he won King of the Kingdom when he defeated Joe Black in the champion versus champion match. So that's on there. 2 belts on the line. Well, obviously with last night, because of this happening today, the belt wasn't defended last night, because with this going through. So, but obviously now it's all with the new owners. But like I said, Luke will be taking the belt to the next level now, and we wish him all the best with it.
Yeah, definitely.
And myself permitted, I do think he is able to continue on and flourish as a champion, as the King of the Kingdom champion, and does well, and may have a long reign.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. So from our point of view, he can take that belt to the next level.
Well, only time will tell. Only time will tell. But is there anything you want to discuss in regards to the details? Any much further details?
To be honest, that's all we can really say at the moment. As far as everybody's concerned, obviously we'll be putting a full statement out on our social media in the next 48 hours. And from what I can gather, the new UKWA pages, social media, website, that type of stuff should be springing up in the next couple of weeks, as far as we're aware.
Right. So fingers crossed. There'll also be some messages and who knows, some reveals.
Yeah. All that's coming.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, with what we've done now, because of the deal, it's not up to us to reveal the new owner. It's up to them, as far as we're concerned.
That's understandable. That is understandable. But one thing I will state in regards to this is, for today's episode, I actually did a quick story on Instagram and also on Facebook, asking any fans or anybody who listens to The Burning Truth, and if you've got any questions for you or any of your own fans if necessary. And I believe that we you may have actually answered a little bit of some of them already.
Right.
Which I'm just getting the first person who sent in some question was a gentleman by the name of Mark Brindley, and his question was, what are your current projects, and also what shows do you currently do business at, and any future shows you attend?
Well, we have got some projects. nothing in concrete at the moment. It's all in the pipeline, as you can imagine.
As regarding what shows, is it what shows regarding the King of the Kingdom, who we work for, where we go, or shows we'd recommend to people? So if it shows, like I say, a lot of the shows we'd recommend to you, of course, APW, Our Spiritual Home, that'll never change.
Yeah.
Obviously, Legacy in Rugby.
Yeah.
Very good show. Obviously, FCW. Who else we got? Of course, SWA. SWA, definitely you can't forget. If you're a wrestling fan, get to SWA. Well, of course, any of these promotions, but obviously there's too many. Of course, Friday United.
Yeah.
One of my favourite promotions, and of course, I cannot forget out of all the promotions, Wrestle Island.
Wrestle Island.
I want to say a big special thank you to Peter Blackham.
He's been great. The whole team there is
just
amazing. There's another show.
Well, in fact, all the promoters, there's too many to even. I tell you what, we'll try and reel off some thank yous now. Of course, Chris Diamond, EPW, helps us with it. Obviously, Bert Bridge, Dan Evans, Peter Blackham, Steve Saxon, Phil Woodvine, obviously Rich Fisher, obviously Luke Twig,
Jerry Sanchez.
The list is going on.
Yeah, I could go on and on and on. Everybody, of course, there's James as well. Obviously, Jig and Paul.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have I mentioned Richard Fisher helped us?
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you certainly have. You've almost got like a it's almost like the forever ongoing list. It's almost like you've won a medal, or you've won an award.
So many people have helped us with this along the way, and it's just we couldn't have done it without everybody's help. But it's like
the support it's amazing.
And it's just now we think it's time more for UK wrestling media
to be media.
Yeah, to concentrate on that 110%.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Well, hopefully that's answered Mark's question. We've got one more person that's got a few questions now, which right. I will state I do apologise if I butcher the pronunciation, which I believe the name is Teek Sangarai, and her question is, so how come you haven't used the UK Wrestling Alliance for yourselves? And, well, who are the new owners, which you've already stated you're not mentioning who they are.
We have used UKWA.
Yeah.
That's how the King of the Kingdom Championship come about.
With all the different promotions.
That is how it all started.
So, as for not using the UKWA, I don't think that's technically strictly true. But
I think it's they've probably not had enough space to fill in the question, possibly.
Yeah.
It could be something along the lines of, it might not be something that you've used in the past, how come you've not used it, which is where I've referred to earlier, the fact that you can't focus on UKWA and also UKWM.
Yeah.
Media is the bigger project, so
that's where we started, and that's where we want to be.
Yeah. Well, before we get on to the topics of like possibly any funny stories, there is one question I want to ask you. For all listeners and whatnot. What's next for the UKWM?
Obviously now consolidate. We've got a great bunch of promotions we work with, and we just want to concentrate on working with all of them now, and then move forward from there.
What's so good?
You might later on.
Mm-hmm.
Can't reveal nothing.
No,
so
that's
keep your ears out.
Yeah,
it's going to be big.
Yeah, I'm not stating anything to reveal anything or anything because, to be honest with you, I'm sure that anybody who wants to know probably would rather be surprised than have it spoilt.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's more or less one thing I will state during this conversation I've noticed is, with you mentioning so many names, it's great to hear that it's not just one promotion. You know, it's almost like a gathering of promotions getting together.
It's a family, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's all. It's all coming. It's all like a bit of a gathering as such, which, you know, it's always great to hear that, you know, multiple promotions banding together for, you know, a great goal in mind and possibly pushing British wrestling and whatever other projects they want to push further.
It was like the whole idea with the belt, the whole principle behind the belt was on YouTube, no on demand, no DVDs. It was there for the people. It was a belt for the people, from the people, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, who knows what the new owners have got next? You know, they may very well want to keep that tradition, what you've kept on, or have other plans possibly. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what they state. But
Exciting
anyway,
times.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting times because it's more or less of, instead of, there's no rush. There's a bit of a waiting game. It's almost the anticipation is building.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part.
It is. It's a lot of build and hype can actually come from just the wait. You know, the old saying comes to mind: good things come to those who wait.
Definitely, yeah, it is true.
Now, one thing I will state is whenever I've done an interview or had guests on, one topic I always bring up for the broadcast or interview as such is funny stories.
Oh dear.
I take
Oh yeah.
I take it you got some, and just be mind. Please state please state ones that are all above board.
I've got to say my favourite moments. I wouldn't say funny stories because most of them I cannot broadcast for legal reasons.
Fair enough.
I may just no, but some of my favourite moments. Well, the King of the Kingdom Battle Royal at Whitchurch.
Yeah.
What can we say? The pork pie incident.
Oh.
I don't like pork.
Well, actually, yeah, as well. And of course, at the end of the first anniversary of the King of the Kingdom, thank you to APW for that as well.
Yeah, nice one, guys.
Yeah, with the Three Kings triple threat match, with
Wow.
a second pork pie incident. We might just state as well that Joe Black does not like pork.
Oh, yeah. If I recall, I did an interview for yourselves, and he was visibly upset.
Oh yes, possibly traumatized by said pork pie.
So I can actually confirm. You know, I wouldn't say no. I think hate is actually not a strong enough word.
No. Joe Black's feeling for that pork pie, priceless.
Exactly. It was almost like he took it personal.
Oh, bless him as well, Joe Black. Thank you for being an awesome champion.
Oh yeah, you've done your part. You played it well.
Yeah.
Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually holds some records with that championship belt as well.
He does currently, yeah. Joe Black is the longest reigning King of the Kingdom champion.
And
But unfortunately, I think he's equal with Drill on successful defences, if I am correct, but I haven't got the record books with me.
Something like that.
It's at least he's either equalled it or beaten Drill's record.
well,
I can't actually remember.
hopefully, you'll probably. I'm pretty sure you'll be passing that record book over to the new owners.
Of course. Everything's all written down, but unfortunately, being me, I forgot to bring it tonight.
To be honest with you, you weren't expecting to be asked. You might not have been expecting it. It might, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, you've probably already sent it off, haven't you?
It's, well, all the details. Yeah, actually, very true. Very true. So, Anyway, regarding everything as well, thank you to all the guys who've been champions as well. Obviously, Luke Basham carrying the belt forward now. Joe Black, Joey Sanchez, and we can't even forget Joel, the first ever King of the Kingdom. And obviously, regarding justice for Joel, there's no hard feelings there. And we wish Joel all the best. This is wrestling.
Exactly. And
great show.
Who knows?
Show for August.
Who knows? You know, with the whole fact of the new owners taking over, it could lead to some of the current records being broken, or even some new ones being made.
Well, like I say, I'm looking forward to watching the King of the Kingdom as a fan now.
Yeah, definitely.
So looking forward, I'm pretty sure that everyone else is looking forward to it themselves. So I have to state, thank you very much for coming on the show on this episode and for arranging this, and also having myself be the revealing the details on the broadcast.
No problem.
It's absolutely brilliant. Now, normally I would have gone through some topics of current events with WWE and whatnot, but if I'm not mistaken, you've got a bit of a busy schedule, a bit of a tight schedule.
Oh, we certainly have.
So what I'm going to do for you now, I'm going to most likely give this a bit of a quick wrap up. So I'm going to thank you. Thanks for being on the show. I'm pretty sure you've answered all questions that have been asked. If there's any more further questions, check out their social media and send them messages.
Next 48 hours, there'll be an official statement regarding everything that has occurred, and we can move forward from there then.
Exactly, and also, there's also the possibility of keeping an eye out for the UKWA, because anything that's posted by the UKWA, I'm pretty sure you're probably going to be sharing that out, and if I see it myself, I'll be sharing that out as well.
Oh yeah, it's like a vicious circle, isn't it? We all help each other out.
I wouldn't say a vicious circle. I wouldn't say a vicious circle. I'd say more like a gathering.
The gathering and the loop, isn't it?
Yeah, keeping everybody in the loop, which is absolutely fantastic. So, thank you very much for being on the show.
No problem, mate.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll be catching you probably next week.
Good. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you anyway, my friend.
Always a pleasure seeing you. So
I just want to say as well to everybody, our next show Friday night is United Wrestling Live at Stoke. Regarding that, I understand there's a rumble going on.
That there is.
Would you happen to know anything about that, Mr. Burns?
I know of it, but can't state if Unfortunately, I've been informed I can't even reveal if I'm not in it or if I am.
The legend of the Funk Soul Brother continues.
Oh yeah.
I will. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But either way, I'll be there. Be it even if I'm in the Rumble or not, I will be there. So and as all. Well, one thing I will state about United Wrestling Live is, if anybody is interested in going, check out their social media, because if I'm not mistaken, they also give out free family tickets on there, don't they? If they do certain things like sharing a certain post.
Yeah, they are. They're very interactive, shall we say?
Yeah, that's a good way of stating it. So, you never know. Check out United Wrestling Live social media, because you might even find out that you could end up just from sharing a certain post, you've won yourself a family ticket to a great show.
Of course, and obviously that's our Friday night. Saturday night we're at SWA in Doylestown Hall, Telford.
Another good promotion. You've got to check them out.
And according to their social media, somebody from Cornwall's bought tickets to go to see that in Telford, and we've just got to say, fair play.
Fair play. That's a long drive.
That is fair play to those people. That is dedication to wrestling.
That it is, and it's It's also dedication to SWA.
Oh yes. So, obviously Simon Brown, obviously great guy, great promotion, great setup there. Obviously enough love for Si, and of course one more show on Sunday is FCW, and we can't wait for that one either. Love FCW. Get down to Baggeridge.
It's always fun. It's always fun for me because I'm always there, and if I'm not mistaken, I might be possibly even be doing some commentary if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's what we like to hear. But obviously, great weekend of wrestling lined up. If you can get to any of them shows, come say hi.
And if I'm not mistaken, on Saturday, there's with SWA, they've also got some competition on ITV.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, is it? There's some wrestling show. Is it? Yeah. We know. World of Sport, of course.
World of Sport will be returning to British, to mainstream TV on ITV on Saturday. But I hope nothing but the best for British wrestling overall. I'm not picking sides in regards to this.
Well, you're excited to pick SWA all the way, baby.
Oh no! I picked the side of British wrestling.
Oh yeah.
As in, I want them both to succeed, so both go bigger.
It is great. Wrestling is growing.
Obviously, great roster with with SWA as well. Saturday
I've
night,
always.
obviously World of Sport as well.
Yeah.
World of Sport. Well, what can we say? It's a great roster.
Have fun, guys.
Obviously, one that attracts me is Crater, of course.
Oof. Have you actually met the guy?
Yeah, I have photographed the guy wrestling.
I've managed to meet him. I have no idea who he is because he never takes the mask off, and he scares the hell out of me.
Oh yes.
What made me laugh is has anybody interviewed him, or has anyone dared? I don't think they have.
Have they been eaten? We never know.
You never know, because to be honest with you, I'd say he's more likely killed them or pummeled them. But
we don't want to be creating out wild accusations like that.
True. In actual fact, I'm pretty sure he's probably just scared them off. In actual fact, in reality. So just to state my actual intentions of that, I will state he's probably more likely intimidated them, because I will say he is an intimidating guy. But with that, I'm going to say this is a wrap up for this episode. Thank you for being on the show.
Can we have a special song dedication as well before we go?
A song dedication?
Yeah, we'd like to dedicate one to Joe Black.
Unfortunately, we can't play any songs, unfortunately.
I was going to say we'd like to hear All By Myself.
Oh, that's just cruel. Oh, that's just cruel. Kick him out while he's down.
No, that's not. Obviously, Joe Black, former King of the Kingdom. I love that guy to bits, and obviously Joe being Joe, he's already been King of the Kingdom.
Book that talent.
Yeah, another one, book that guy.
Definitely, boot that guy. Definitely.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Not part of the merge, but it's the only way for him is up now.
Daddy tears.
As long as he doesn't jump off stupidly high things and injure himself, which did often worry me when he was King of the Kingdom champion.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Luke do that?
Well, yeah. Well, at least I could say now it is not my responsibility to worry about that.
Good luck to the new owners. Anyway, that's a wrap up. Thank you very much for being on the show. And, hopefully we'll hear more from you in the future. I recommend everybody checking out their social media. Check out, send messages, likes, subscribes. You can also find them on YouTube where you can see all their matches, some of the old, some of the classic King of the Kingdom matches.
Oh, yes.
So
they're all on there.
They're all on there. So with that, thanks for being on the show, and I'll let you get down to business as I do some cheap plugs.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys.
And obviously, Friday night at United, we hope the legend of the Funk Soul Brother continues.
I also hope. You're welcome. I also hope it myself. So catch us sometime next week, lads.
All right, then. Well, thank you very much, Mark. Stay safe, and thank you for all your help with King of the Kingdom.
Thanks for the support always. You're great. You're part of this.
If I can help British wrestling progress any further, I'll do whatever I can.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much, Matt. Much appreciated.
Stay well.
Regards to everything, I'd just like to say thank you again to everybody who's helped us, supported us from the early days, bought the T-shirts for us to buy the belt, the camera gear. It's everybody. We couldn't have done what the King of the Kingdom did without everybody. I know I have definitely not got the time to mention everybody who's helped us. Anybody who I've missed out before, I am terribly sorry for, and I'll buy you a pint another time.
Not to worry, because I'm pretty sure if you actually did that full list, we'd be here for another hour. But hopefully we'll catch you sometime soon anyway. So with that, catch you later.
Take care. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.
And with that was an absolutely brilliant being able to catch up with UK wrestling media. And as I stated, I've got to go on to plugs. With me already stating the plug, I'll move on to the next plug, which is JG Printing and Stitching. I recommend you checking that out. Changes for health and well-being. Check out their website, because they always have information on health and well-being. You could end up, seeing some interesting information that could end up helping yourself or somebody that you might know. There's also Team 4-Star, which is a YouTube channel, but also a website that actually does Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Great series, and hopefully we'll see that being continued soon, because we are still waiting, guys. And I want to give out some shout outs to some bands, which are The New Breed and Kamens. Great bands. Recommend you check them out, because they've always got some new stuff coming out. So check them out on their social media and also on YouTube. It's absolutely great time to be listening to them as well. And of course, I've always got to give out the weekly advertisement of Botchamania. You're welcome, Matthew. And the last thing I want to plug, aside from the Burning Truth itself, would be Barely Average Studios, which is a YouTube channel that does some gaming reviews. Check them out, please. And last thing to plug would be the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com, where it's probably the place where you probably listen to us live right now on there, which I'll be eternally grateful if you are. And you can also listen to some past broadcasts, past interviews. We've also got some show reviews, be it audible, or we've also got some written ones on there. And we've also got a merchandise section where you can possibly get some snazzy Burning Truth t-shirts, some mugs, office mugs as well. And we've also got a blog that that will be having some actual blog posts instead of just the usual predictions. There will be some blog posts. I have actually been building up on one. I do apologise for being so late with it, but it's on the website as well. There's also a contact page where you can actually get in touch, and we've also got a links page for all the plugs that I've actually mentioned, and possibly any additional ones as well. They'll be all on there. And last but not least, I want to check out our social media, our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and last but not least our Twitter, which is not under the Burning Truth, unfortunately, but is under Wrestling Fourth Wall, which is actually spelled WRESLING 4 THWALL, and that's going to be the last thing that I'm going to be doing on this episode. So with that, that's a wrap up, and I'm going to be doing my usual thing and stating to you all: stay well, stay safe, and as always, check out your local wrestling, and I will hopefully catch you next week.